What's going on YouTube, it's Jason and welcome to day 17. I'm absolutely shattered this morning. I was up yesterday till probably gone 3 a.m. fighting Eddie Abu in the comments because he posted a reel which insinuated that you get diabetes from eating too much sugar. Being a science-based PT, I couldn't have it. I had to go for his neck. And I think it's done over 2 million views as of now, but I was responding to each and every comment for engagement, of course. And so yeah, I'm exhausted. I might need to catch up on sleep later on, but I'm gonna train today as normal and get on with work. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be addressing that misconception about how you get diabetes, the difference between type 1 and type 2, and I'm gonna do an Instagram reel as well responding to his video. So today was a bit of a funny one. I had all these plans to do work, read my book, and train. I did do deep work. I did read my book. I took some calls and then I went to put my head down for like a little bit. Haven't had like 3 hours sleep the night before. And I literally woke up late afternoon. I was dazed, I was confused. So yeah, it hasn't really been the day I wanted it to be. It's ended up being a rest day in terms of gym because I need to get this video out the door. But the good news is that my book, Why We Sleep, is clearly working. So yeah, I'm gonna train tomorrow instead with Rebecca. Let's go on to the final part of this video. I just wanted to speak quickly about the reel that I responded to on Instagram by Eddie Abu. Essentially, it was this reel where someone was making pancakes and wrapping the pancakes around the chocolate bars. And at the top of the reel, he put how to make diabetes or something. And it fed into this misconception that too much sugar causes diabetes. And essentially, what I did was distinguish between type 1 and type 2, which is very important because a lot of people that don't understand the disease think that people with type 1 have bad lifestyles. Type 1 is an autoimmune disease. It is genetic, it doesn't discriminate, i.e. someone like myself who has a healthy body fat, a nutritious diet and an active lifestyle, if I was predisposed genetically, I could get type 1 diabetes at some point in my life. Type 2 on the other hand is lifestyle related. So yes, your sugar does contribute, but it's more about your diet as a whole, more about your body fat level and your activity level. All of those things increase your risk factors of getting diabetes. What I always tell clients is that when a person is overweight, their organs and system as a whole is under a lot more pressure. That pressure over time leads to inefficiencies, and it's that inefficiency that increases your risk of getting type 2. We need to be very clear to not make this just about sugar, because if someone like myself who looks after themselves were to eat a high amount of sugar, let's say once or twice a week, it won't do the same damage to my body as it would someone who was overweight or obese. Therefore, the sugar isn't the problem, but rather the state of the person consuming the sugar and their lifestyle choices. One thing that has been shown consistently in science is that when someone is overweight or obese, they tend to get more fat around their liver and their pancreas. These two things are responsible for producing insulin. When there's too much fat around them, they don't function properly, and over time, this can lead to insulin resistance. Just to be clear, the reason why we can't blame sugar for type 2 diabetes alone is because when someone healthy ingests sugar, insulin gets released, and insulin actually manages and brings down the level of sugar in your blood. So saying that taking in sugar spikes your blood and therefore causes diabetes isn't true. The reason why somebody eventually gets type 2 who is overweight is because insulin no longer does its job. And so when they ingest sugar, their blood sugars stay high. And of course, over time, that leads to type 2 diabetes. If type 2 diabetes was just about sugar, why is weight loss such a significant factor when it comes to reversing type 2 diabetes? The main thing to take away from this is that when a person is overweight, their body is kind of like an old car. An old car goes wrong not because of the make of the car, but rather because of the age and the mileage. And it's the same thing with a person who's overweight. Their organs and systems being under more pressure eventually leads to inefficiencies, and that's what causes the breakdown and increased risk of things like diabetes. Of course, once you have diabetes, sugar isn't a great idea, but that's because your body can't process the sugar rather than the sugar itself. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's what I went back with. So yeah, the goal is with time to build more of a presence on socials and put more scientific, evidence-based research back on the map. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it if you did. Subscribe to my channel to follow me on this journey, and I'll see you again tomorrow.